We are learning some new details tonight about the death of a young hockey player from Connecticut. 10th grader Teddy Balkin died last week after an accident during a game between St. Luke's and Brunswick School in Greenwich. Balkin fell, collided with another player, and his neck was cut by a hockey skate. Balkin's father was part of the school's medical staff and rushed right there to help. Of course, tragically, the teenager did not survive. Balkin's death has a lot of parents and players talking about safety. There's been a lot of talk about this over the past few days online as well. Joining us tonight to talk more about it is Dr. Brendan Campbell, a trauma surgeon at Connecticut Children's. Doctor, thanks for being here. I have to tell you, this is, we were talking about it last week when it happened. This is just so tragic when you think about the parents being there, what happened with the students involved. On so many levels, it's hard to even put into words.
Yeah, so most certainly is, as the parent of a daughter that plays hockey, it really hits home. Fortunately, these types of injuries are not common, but when you see something like this, you can't help but ask why and ask yourself what we could potentially do to prevent this sort of injury.
Can I ask you why, if you could say it was so serious? Obviously, I know a skate hitting a neck is going to be a very bad situation.
Right. I think I'm not familiar with this case. I wasn't involved in the care, but from what I can understand from what I've gotten from the news is it's a laceration to the neck. And, we have nerves and arteries and veins there that are potentially going to bleed a lot if they're injured. And that is likely what happened here. And, we know that, this is certainly a risk with hockey. You've got sharp skates, but fortunately it's common.
You had said that you're the parent of a hockey player yourself. I mean, is there any kind of protective gear? Is there something that could be done to prevent anything like this from happening?
There certainly are. Neck guards are something that many youth hockey players wear. It's a requirement of the Connecticut Interscholastic Athletic Association or Athletic Conference. Unfortunately, private schools in Connecticut are not governed by this, but as parents and many coaches have been talking about this since this tragedy occurred. Neck guards are something that we should be encouraging our children to be wearing when they play ice hockey.
Well, that just kind of leads me to my next question, because obviously it's a very physical sport, and you had talked about advice you would give. Is that the number one piece of advice you would give parents, to look into a neck guard?
Well, I think safety should be our first priority when it comes to, encouraging our children to play sports. We want our kids to be active. The benefits, greatly outweigh the risks of being actively engaged in these types of things. But, much like, wearing helmets, avoiding concussions, wearing chest protection to prevent, the commotio cordis to the heart, wearing neck guards, it's not a perfect solution to preventing this type of injury, but it certainly lowers the risk. And my recommendation would be that if you're the parent of a hockey player or you're a coach, you should be encouraging your children or your players to be using these all the time.
Certainly some good advice, Doctor, and I'm sure you would agree with us. All of our thoughts right now are with that young man's family, everyone who was there, his teammates. As I said before, it's just hard to even comprehend what they're all going through right now.
Yeah, it certainly is, and my heart really goes out to the Balkin family. It's really a tragedy, and I really feel for them.
Dr. Brendan Campbell, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We appreciate your time, sir.